Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn HTML tables. Table plays an important role in web designing. Let's take an example. Suppose आपको एक यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए वेबसाइट डिजाइन करनी है और उस वेबसाइट में आपको स्टूडेंट्स की इंफॉर्मेशन डिस्प्ले करनी है. Now we can display this information in tabular fashion. Means we can display this information in row and column format. Another example, you are designing a website for a company and you need to display employee information. Again, we will display this information in row and column format. So in order to display data in row and column format or in a tabular fashion, we can use HTML tables. And in this video, we will be learning the same. So let's start. So first of all, what do we mean by HTML tables? HTML tables allows us to arrange the data in the form of rows and columns. In HTML, we can use table tag to create a table in HTML. The table consists of rows and cells. The table can have headings and captions, means you can give a title to your table with the help of captions, and you can display the data in your tables with the help of rows and cells. Let me show you how table exactly looks. So this is how your table looks in an HTML. So table caption we can use for displaying table title. Headings we can use for specifying our column name. Let's say इस heading को हम लोग use कर सकते हैं as a student name और यहाँ पर हम student के names की information को display कर सकते हैं. इस heading को आप replace कर सकते हो let's say student email और यहाँ पर हम row 1 cell 2 में display कर सकते हैं students की email ID. थर्ड हेडिंग को हम रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं एज स्टूडेंट रोल नंबर और एज स्टूडेंट कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर और रो 1 सेल 3 में हम स्टूडेंट के कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर का डेटा डिस्प्ले कर सकते हैं. सो गाइस, द टेबल कंसिस्ट ऑफ रोज एंड सेल्स. द टेबल कैन हैव हेडिंग्स एंड कैप्शंस. नाउ बिफोर वी मूव टू द प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट, I would like to show you what do we mean by table rows. What do we mean by table headings and how we can add headings and how we can insert data in our HTML table. So in order to understand this concept, we need to understand some terminology. Terminology like table row, table heading. So first of all, we are going to understand table row. In HTML table, you can create rows by using tr tag. So the full form of tr tag is table row. Multiple rows can be used in a table. The content inside the row can be defined by the table cells. Suppose कि आपको स्टूडेंट का नेम डिस्प्ले करना है, आपको स्टूडेंट की ईमेल आईडी की इंफॉर्मेशन डिस्प्ले करनी है. So where you can display this information in a table cell. Now what do we mean by table cell? In table cell, we can define the content of our table. Let's say हमको student की information को display करना है, तो name, email ID, contact number, these are the content. So table cells are defined by using the td tag, where td means table data. The content of the cell has to be included in between opening td tag and between closing td tag. Let's say you want to display your name in a table. So you are going to use this td tag and you are going to close this td tag. The content can be any HTML element, means you can use strike to highlight your name or to mark your name as marked, or you can use bold italic to display your name in italic, or you can use strong HTML element to display your name in bold letters. So guys, the content can be any HTML element. It can be paragraph, it can be bold, it can be italic, it can be strong. So this is how your table row and table cells look. आपके इस राइट हैंड साइड में एक इमेज आपको दिख रही होगी जहां पे लिखा हुआ है रो 1 एंड सेल 1. दिस इज वन, इट इज योर टेबल डेटा. रो 1 सेल 2 इट इज योर टेबल डेटा. रो 1 सेल 3 इट इज योर टेबल डेटा. सो टेबल में रोज बनाने के लिए हम लोग यूज करेंगे टीआर टैग का, और इन टेबल रो के अंदर इंफॉर्मेशन को डिस्प्ले कराने के लिए हम लोग यूज करेंगे टीडी टैग का. Then we have table header. Header plays an important role. So the headers will be inside the row. Table headers are defined by using the th tag. Okay, यहाँ पर हम td tag का यूज नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि td हमारे टेबल के डेटा को डिस्प्ले कराने के लिए काम आएगा. आप सपोज करो कि आपको टेबल को कुछ हेडिंग्स देनी है कि नेम में सारे स्टूडेंट के नेम्स आ जाए, ईमेल में सारे स्टूडेंट्स की ईमेल आ जाए. तो नेम, email, contact number, address, roll number, these are what? These are your table headers. And how you can define these headers in a table? With the help of th tag. By default, the content between the opening th and the closing th are center aligned, where table data is left aligned. Practically, I'll show you this. Then we have table caption. If you want to provide a title to your tag, then you can use caption. So to provide caption to the tables, use caption tag. The caption tag has to be used immediately after the table tag before tr tag. And by default, the content between the opening caption and the closing caption are center aligned. So one by one, guys, we are going to understand table row, table data, table header and table caption. Now before I take you to the practical part, one more concept I would like to discuss with you: table border. By default, the tables do not have any borders. That means the moment when you are going to create a table, this is how your table will look. Now, if you want to add borders to your table, we can use an attribute named as border. So borders can be added to the table cells in different shapes and styles, but the border attribute is applicable only for table tag. For rows and cells, the border can be applied in styles. And this part later on we will be discussing using CSS. But as of now, if you want to add a border to your table, you can use an attribute named as border, and where you can use that attribute border only in table tag. And the moment when you use that border attribute, your table will look like this. So when the border is added to the table, the border will be automatically added around each table cell. And now, guys, practically we are going to understand that how we can create table in HTML. Means every tag I will be explaining you: th, tr, td, border and caption. So let's start. So guys, for practical part here, I have created one HTML file, and the name of this HTML file is table1.html. तो ये हमारा standard HTML code है, and now here in this body tag I'll show you how we can create a table. So always remember, if you want to create a table in HTML tag, you are going to use table tag. Okay. Now the first step is you are going to create a table row. Every table used to have certain rows, and in order to create those rows, you can use this tr tag. So tr tag means table row. And now if you want to add any data in your table, you can use td tag. Let's say here I'm going to add some name, Alex, and I'm going to add the salary of this person. Again, I will be using TD, and this is the salary, let's say 50,000. So this is how, guys, you can insert a table data in HTML tables with the help of TD tag. So अभी फिलहाल इस रो में हमने एक ही एम्प्लॉय की इंफॉर्मेशन को ऐड कराया है. If you want to insert more information, then again, guys, you need to create a table row. And if you want to add a data in it, you can use table data tag. So here I'm going to add another employee name, let's say Smith, and I'm going to add his salary, and I'm going to add his salary again using TD tag. Now let me save this information. Okay, I'll save this file. Let me show you the output, how table looks as of now. So guys, you can see that this is how your table looks. I told you that by default HTML does not have borders. Okay, so this is going to be your default table. So guys, अभी ये टेबल एक मीनिंगलेस टेबल है, बिकॉज ना तो यहाँ पर बॉर्डर्स हैं ना ही यहाँ पर हेडिंग्स है. व्हाट इज एलेक्स एंड व्हाट इज दिस 50,000? Okay, so we need to provide a heading to our table. And remember, I told you for adding headings, we can use th tag. तो गाइस सबसे पहले हमको यहाँ पर एक रो बनानी पड़ेगी और इस रो को हम ट्रीट करेंगे एज अवर टेबल हेडिंग. सो इन ऑर्डर टू ऐड टेबल हेडिंग वी कैन यूज th टैग. ध्यान से अगर आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पर मैं td टैग का यूज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मेरे को अब टेबल में हेडिंग्स ऐड करनी है. सो आई विल बी यूजिंग दिस th टैग. सो पहली मेरी टेबल की हेडिंग होगी नेम, दूसरी हेडिंग में यहाँ पर देता हूँ सैलरी. Now let's save this page, and now guys if I refresh the page you can see some meaning will be added to your table. Let's say that this is going to be the name and this is going to be the salary information. जब भी आप किसी भी स्टूडेंट की इंफॉर्मेशन को डिस्प्ले करोगे, एम्प्लॉय की इंफॉर्मेशन को डिस्प्ले करोगे, डेफिनेटली यू आर गोइंग टू ऐड हेडिंग्स. तो गाइस अभी इस टेबल में हमारे पास 3 रो है, रो नंबर 1, रो नंबर 2 एंड रो नंबर 3. और आप यहाँ पर देख सकते हो कि हमने HTML की फाइल में 3 रो क्रिएट करी है विद द हेल्प ऑफ tr टैग 1, 2 एंड 3. अब पहली रो में हम क्या ऐड कर रहे हैं, टेबल की हेडिंग. सो दिस नेम एंड सैलरी इज व्हाट दीज आर द टेबल हेडिंग्स. अब इस टेबल में डेटा इंसर्ट कराने के लिए हमने यहाँ पर कौन सा टैग यूज किया, td एंड td. सो गाइस ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस हायरार्की कि जब भी आपको HTML में टेबल बनानी होगी यू विल बी यूजिंग टेबल टैग. डिसाइड करो कि आपको कितनी रोज चाहिए. यहाँ पर अभी हमने सिर्फ 3 रोज बनाई है. पहली रो को मैं ट्रीट कर रहा हूँ एज टेबल हेडिंग. सो हियर वी आर यूजिंग th फॉर टेबल हेडिंग्स एंड td फॉर टेबल डेटा. So Alex 50,000, Smith 45,000, these are what? These are our table data. Now you can see that border is missing, isn't it? It's looking weird. So let's add border to it. So guys, border add करने के लिए you can use an attribute named as border. और ये एट्रीब्यूट आपको कहाँ पर स्पेसिफाई करना है, ये एट्रीब्यूट आपको स्पेसिफाई करना है टेबल टैग में. So you can use table and you can specify border. Now here you can specify the width of your border. So let's say here I'm using 1. Now what's the benefit of this attribute border? Let me save this file, and the moment when I refresh this page you can see a beautiful table is being created in front of you. So guys यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि border is equal to 1 लिखते ही आपके टेबल डेटा में, आपकी टेबल हेडिंग में एक बॉर्डर ऐड हो गया है. सो नाउ यू कैन पॉज दिस वीडियो फॉर अ व्हाइल एंड ट्राई टू ऐड सम मोर रिकॉर्ड्स इन इट. आप यहाँ पर अपना नेम और अपनी सैलरी ऐड करके देखो एंड ट्राई टू ऐड बॉर्डर 1, 2, 3. फील द डिफरेंस. सो दिस इज हाउ योर टेबल विल लुक. सो गाइज यहाँ पर आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स ध्यान रखने हैं. टेबल हेडिंग आपकी बोल्ड और सेंटर्ड अलाइन होती है ऑटोमेटिकली, whereas table data will represent your information as left alignment. तो टेबल डेटा आपका लेफ्ट अलाइंड होगा और जो टेबल हेडिंग है they will be centered aligned and they will be appear bold to you. Now we are going to understand some more important attribute. So let me minimize this size. As of now, this is how our table will look. And here I'm going to add the same record. Means I'm going to copy this table row and I'll insert some multiple records over there so that you can understand these two attributes very well. So guys, I'm going to save this file, and if I refresh, this is how my data will look. Okay. Now guys, here two more important attribute we are going to understand, and the name of that attribute is cell padding and cell spacing. So I'll show you that what do we mean by cell padding and cell spacing. You need to come to this table tab, and here we are going to understand those additional attributes, cell spacing and cell padding. So guys, first of all, let's talk about cell spacing. Now, the cell spacing attribute defines space between table cells. अभी फिलहाल आप इस टेबल के आउटपुट को ऑब्जर्व करो. Okay, as of now, this table will look like this. Now, the moment when we add this attribute named as cell spacing, it will add a space between your cells. Okay, so here I am going to add 2. Let me save this file. And the moment when I refresh the page, okay, you can see that a space will be added between your cells. So guys, as of now, you can see that it's hard to observe, isn't it? So no worry, I'll add some space of 5. So cell spacing means space between your table cells. Now if I save it and if I refresh, you can observe that a space is being added between your cells. The more value you are going to specify, let's say 9, if I save it and if I refresh the page, you need to observe the difference between these cells. So you can see that a space has been added between your table cells. Then we have cell padding. Okay, so I'll just keep it as 5. We can add one more attribute, and the name of that attribute is cell padding. Now guys, this cell padding represents the distance between cell borders and content within a cell. Focus over there. Let me remove this for a while so that you can understand the concept of cell padding very well. And here guys, I'm going to write, let's say 5. So first of all, let me refresh the page. Okay. And now, first of all, let me delete this as well. Feel the difference guys. So अभी हमने सिर्फ यहाँ पे table border is equal to 1 add किया हुआ है. So this is how your table will look. But the moment when you add cell padding means it will add a distance between cell borders and content within a cell. अभी आप देखो कि ये जो Alex है ये बिल्कुल ही लेफ्ट अलाइंड है. बिल्कुल मतलब आप देख सकते हो कि इस बॉर्डर से टच कर रहा है. But the moment when we add cell padding, let's say cell padding is equal to 5. Let me save this, and if I refresh the page, you can see that the cell padding is been added. तो पहले यहाँ पर मार्जिन नहीं था, अब आपके यहाँ पर एक मार्जिन आ जाएगा. So guys, cell padding means the distance between cell borders and the content within a cell. Okay, and cell spacing means, चलो हम दोनों यूज कर लेते हैं, cell padding 5 and cell spacing 5. Let me save it, and if I refresh, this is how you will be going to have your table. So guys, cell spacing and cell attribute और cell padding and cell spacing attribute भी आप अपनी table में use कर सकते हो. Now let's talk about table caption. So guys, table caption को आप लोग use करोगे just below your table tab. So this is the area where you are going to use caption. Caption में आप टेबल की कुछ हेडिंग डाल सकते हो. लेट्स से मैंने यहाँ पे डाल दिया एम्प्लॉय information. So this is going to become my caption. So if I save it, and the moment when I refresh it, you can see we are going to have this caption employee information. Now with the help of caption, you can provide a meaning to your table, that what this table is all about. So here we are displaying an employee information. So I'm using this caption employee information. Now one important rule you need to understand, that caption is centered aligned by default. Okay, caption is what? Caption is centered aligned by default. So this is how guys you can create table in HTML. And now we are going to understand two more important concepts that is associated with the table: row span and column span. So one by one we are going to understand what is row span and what is column span. So guys, first of all, let's talk about HTML table call span. Multiple rows can be included in the table, but all the rows TR should have the same number of cells TD. If the number of cells are different, Call spin can be used to balance them. To span the cells over multiple columns, call spin is used. Let's try to understand the concept of call spin with the help of this diagram or with the help of this figure. So guys, आप रो 3 स्पैन कॉलम वाले डेटा पे फोकस करो. Sometimes we need to display or sometimes we need to create tables like this. ओके कि जहां पर आप यहाँ पर हेडिंग्स दिखा दोगे, यहाँ पर आप अपने टेबल के डेटा को दिखा दोगे, बट यहाँ पर वी हैव टू ऑक्यूपाई 3 कॉलम्स. So sometimes we are going to display tables in these representation as well. और अगर आपको अपनी टेबल में ये वाला अफेक्ट डालना हो, so you can use something named as table call spin. Let's take an example कि आपको यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए टाइम टेबल ड्रॉ करना है. तो टाइम टेबल के लिए आप HTML का टेबल टैग यूज करोगे. टाइम टेबल में अगर आप लोगों ने ऑब्जर्व किया हो तो एक बहुत बड़ा कॉलम रहता है ऊपर की तरफ जिसमें लिखा रहता है डेज, या आप उस बहुत बड़े कॉलम में यूनिवर्सिटी का नेम, स्कूल का नेम डिस्प्ले कर सकते हो. तो कैसे हम इस तरीके का अफेक्ट देंगे अपनी टेबल में? सो हियर वी कैन यूज समथिंग कॉल्ड टेबल कॉल स्पेल. And guys, using call span is very easy. I'll show you with the help of a practical example. So guys, here I'll show you the practical example of column span. आप suppose कि हमको कुछ इस तरीके की टेबल डिजाइन करनी है. तो guys, ये तो हो गया हमारा टेबल रो 1, टेबल रो 2, टेबल रो 3 एंड टेबल रो 4. तो ये पहला जो रो है, इट इज अवर टेबल हेडिंग. ओके, सो वेरी इजीली वी कैन डिस्प्ले दिस मंथ एंड सेविंग इंफॉर्मेशन इन अ टीएच टैग. यहाँ पर हम टीडी, ओके, तो कितने टीडी हमको यहाँ पर बनाने होंगे? 1 टीडी एंड 2 टीडी. यहाँ पे भी हमको एक टेबल डेटा और यहाँ पर भी हमको एक टेबल डेटा बनाना होगा. बट हियर यू कैन सी दैट हियर वी आर यूजिंग ओनली 1 सिंगल टीडी. And how we can have this kind of an effect in our table? We can use something called table call spin. Okay, so practically we are going to design this table. Okay, और उस टेबल का जो फाइनल लेआउट होगा वो कुछ इस तरीके से होगा. So let's do it. So guys, here सबसे पहले मैं यहाँ पर टेबल टैग को ले लेता हूँ. Okay, I will be using border and border will be 1. ओके, अब सबसे पहले मैं एक रो बना रहा हूँ. इस रो में वी आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट टेबल हेडिंग्स. तो पहली हेडिंग है मेरी मंथ, और इस मंथ में हमने कितनी सेविंग करी, सो दैट विल बी माय टेबल हेडिंग सेविंग्स. ओके, नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू इंसर्ट सम डेटा टू इट. अगेन वी नीड टू क्रिएट टेबल रो, क्योंकि इस रो में अब हम टेबल का डेटा इंसर्ट करेंगे. सो टेबल डेटा इंसर्ट करने के लिए वी विल बी यूजिंग टीडी. सो लेट्स से द मंथ इज दिसंबर and we have saved 1000 INR in the month of December. Okay, so पहला टेबल डेटा हमारा इंसर्ट हो गया. Now here we are going to create another row, क्योंकि हमको और भी डेटा इंसर्ट करा है. So इस टेबल डेटा में we are going to write January. Okay, and in this month of January we saved 800. So let me save it. और अगर मैं अभी आपको इसका आउटपुट दिखाऊं, so this is how it will look. Month saving December 1000 in January 800. अब यहाँ पर हमको कुछ इस तरीके का अफेक्ट अपनी टेबल में ऐड करना है. So guys, here we can use something called as call spin. Okay, in order to have this effect, we can use what? We can use call spin attribute. And how you can use it? Let's understand this very carefully. So guys, सबसे पहले कि यहाँ पर मैं एक ही टीडी बनाऊँ. I am not going to create 2 table data, but I want this table data to occupy the space of 2. Means यहाँ पर एक ही टीडी में मैं दोनों स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई कर लूँगा. So here we will be using this attribute call spin. कितना स्पेस आपको ऑक्यूपाई करना है? Let's say 2 कॉलम की आप जगह ले लो, td call spin 2, and here I'm going to write, let's say total savings 1800. Okay, and the moment when I click on save and if I refresh the page, you can see you will be going to have this kind of an effect for your table. So here we are occupying 2 table data. So and for that we can use this attribute td call spin to, and here you can write your information total savings 1800. So guys, I hope it is clear that call spin will going to give you this kind of an effect in your table. Okay, so now you can pause this video and you can give it a try. Try to think some more ideas and start using this table call spin attribute. So guys, after call span, now we are going to understand the concept of row span. To span the cells over multiple rows, row span is used. Now guys, suppose you want this kind of an effect in your HTML table. So guys, here you can see that this particular table row is occupying two rows. So in order to provide this kind of an effect to your table, you can use row span attribute. So to span the cells over multiple rows, row span is used. Let me show you a quick example. Suppose we are going to design a table something like this, where you are going to display the name of a person. Nowadays guys, a person can have two contact numbers. Suppose guys, we need to create table somewhat like this. So here you can see this particular area is taking two rows. So guys, here comes row span into the picture. That means with the help of row span attribute, very easily you can design table like this. So let's see how we can do this. So guys, first of all, I'm going to create a table tag. In this table tag, I will be using this border attribute. And now, so we need to create a table like this. So let's understand how one by one we can add this information. Okay, so guys, first of all, here in my table row, okay, first of all, I'm going to create my first table row. In this table row, I'm going to add a heading. Let's say I'm going to add the name of a person, or I'll just write name. And here I'm going to insert a data. So here I will be using TD this time. And here I'm going to write, let's say, Tom Holland. If I save this, okay, if I save this and I'll show you the output, this is how it will look. Okay, अभी फिलहाल आपकी टेबल कुछ इस तरीके से दिखाई देगी. ये हमारा पहला टेबल का रो है. इस नेम के लिए हमने th यूज किया है और यहाँ पर हमने टेबल डेटा यूज किया है. Now suppose this guy Tom has having two contact numbers. Okay, so guys, we need to create one more table row. So let's do it. तो यहाँ पर एक और टेबल रो हम बना देते हैं. अब इस टेबल में मैं हेडिंग देता हूँ, let's say 4. Okay, now the moment when I click on save and if I refresh the page, you can see that one heading has been added. Now here we need to insert two data. Suppose कि Tom के पास दो contact numbers है. Okay, and how you can display this information. So let's use the row span property this time. Okay, and how you can use this row span property, I'll show you. So first of all, here I'm going to use this row span property. I need two rows. Okay, so listen to me very carefully and focus on my screen. Here I'm going to add the first contact number. I'm going to add any dummy contact number. Okay, if I save this and now if I refresh the page, you can see nothing big happens. But wait, here this phone is now occupying two rows. Okay, so focus on my screen now. So the moment when I'm going to add another table row and the moment I add any data to it, okay, let me save this page, and the moment when I refresh, you can see you will be going to have a table representation like this. Okay, so guys, if you want to add two numbers or if you want to save two contact number for this guy Tom, first of all specify that this phone is going to occupy two rows, row number 1 and row number 2. How you can specify that? With the help of row span attribute. So here in the first row, just add one number, and here you can add another number. And the moment when you write this piece of code, and save it, you will be going to have this kind of a table as your output. Okay, and suppose you want to add an address, so very easily you can add another table row. In this table row, you can provide a heading, let's say address. Okay, and here you can insert one data, let's say new Delhi. So now if I save it, and the moment when we refresh it, you are going to have this kind of a table representation. So guys, Callspan will going to give you this kind of an output. Okay, if you want to have this kind of a representation for your table, use table Callspan attribute, and if you want this kind of an representation for your table, use rowspan attribute. Because in your future, rowspan and callspan will going to play the very important role. So this is how you can create a normal table. You can add border, you can add caption to it, you can add cell spacing and cell padding. And if you want to have these kinds of a representation, use rowspan and callspan attribute. So that's all for this video, guys. In this video, we learn about HTML tables. Thanks for watching.